So today's topic is going to be more about collecting in general and how you can maintain a collection, whether you have a huge collection, a massive collection, because there's so much stuff out there, and people on YouTube are like butting heads. My collection is more massive than yours. I have more vintage toys. I have more games in my collection. I have a huge basement. Every shelf is jammed. It's not about jamming a whole basement full of stuff. You could start a collection with just one shelf. Get something you like from your childhood, and that's how things started for me. It was about the VHS, about the CDs, and then in games. If I could get a little bit extra money, I got a game. But toys never happened for me because I don't find toys in my area. When I was younger, I had some toys like wrestling, those rubber wrestling figures I would like to get back again. But I thought I could do that this year. But there's still a few games I'm hunting for, some movies I'm hunting for, so I'm not quite done. But if you maintain a budget for your collection, you could get something every couple months, whether you go thrifting, maybe you go, my area is kind of bad for media now, mostly Disney stuff, so I kind of stopped thrifting. But last year I found this camera, so it kind of makes me still want to go thrifting for electronics and stuff, but sometimes they don't work. Um, like I had to buy a charger for it. Sometimes I'm missing a battery. So, and if you go online, sometimes a battery will cost $10. Sometimes a battery will cost $50. So you don't really know vintage electronics. Even I don't recommend cutting down and selling your collection because then you just become a seller, or you have to go to a flea market and sell your collection. You make money on it, but your collection is like into a big zero. Uh, so whatever you had, you cannot display it properly. But best thing is just to put it in boxes, stored away. If you want to get to it, you have it. Unless you really have no space and you have to cut down your collection. But sometimes also those people, the big gamers that collect those neon signs, $1,000 boxes, toys, games, but they have a basement decked out. All your money has gone to that, and then they have no money for food. They don't have money for a hamburger. So you gotta balance things out. I love watching them, but they're rich people, and I love watching how they spend all their money on one toy, $500 on a game or something. Mostly it's those old gamers that keep the collecting going. Movies have died down. It's a little bit Blu-ray now, but 4K is keeping things going with movies, and 4Ks are very expensive for movies. Blockbuster never had 4K, so whatever you're doing, whether you're collecting or you're buying clothes, uh, you're spending your money on something. Dating is another thing I could talk about. You're spending all your money on that whore to make that whore happy, and $400 is gone for that whore, and you're stuck with a $10 hamburger. So things don't even out. You got to even things out somewhere. Um, for me, I like having a little bit of everything in my collection. A little bit of games, a little bit of movies. So sometimes I want to have something better. Nothing special about old movies, old VHS, but like something like horror is considered to be a special item for VHS now. So you gotta balance things out. For me, it's time to slow down. Whether I get something every month or not, or every few months, I need to do something for myself sometimes, like getting the camera working or getting things set up for my room. And always going to be for a collection. Sometimes you need to do something for yourself. But whatever you do, you got to balance things out. Loan may help sometimes, but if you're a part-time worker, it's going to be a struggle to pay loans back. Full-time workers will go broke because they need to collect a high-end game or toy. They need to spend $500 to $1,000 to get it. Then, well, he has that amazing Star Wars ship that costs $400, $500 on eBay, and it's like $300 on shipping. So something like that would be amazing to have, but most people, they go broke because they need to have that in their collection to deck out their whole basement. But it's nice to see all that in one area, nice to have all that, but again, you don't need it. You can see it on eBay, you can see it on YouTube. Same with games. You have ROMs, movies, you can watch them on YouTube now. So you don't really need to have a whole lot in your collection. But I know for me it was about the VHS, and that's how things kept going for me. I never got into toys, but hopefully next year I could get live into some wrestling or something down the line. Every couple of years, things add up, even if you get something every few months. So don't think you're not buying every week. You don't have a collection. You got one shelf of toys, one Star Wars figure. Don't think that's not a collection. It's a collection. It's a toy collection. You don't need to have a whole basement decked out of shelving. This is a lot even for me to go through. Never ever going to watch everything you have. Plus, you'll never ever have every horror movie out there. So, if something I really want, I'll go for it. It's in my price range. But this year I'm slowing down, cutting down, make sure my food is balanced out first because a lot of groceries have gone up. Just got to do stuff for myself sometimes, or winter clothes, a winter coat. So you gotta balance things out carefully. If you spent $1,000 on that vintage game, then that's what you do, and then you struggle to get a hamburger. So make sure you gotta balance things out, which is what you want to do in your collection. Thanks for watching.